Hello, and welcome to another BTFO. Today we're going to be talking about The Long Walk, the new Stephen King adaptation that came out this year. Not the first and not the last Stephen King adaptation to come out this year. Um, though I will say I quite liked The Long Walk. I found it pretty engaging, and I think it explores its themes really well. Uh, it is a movie that I'm going to go into spoilers for, and I think it probably is better off not knowing anything about going into it. So, um, yeah, if you're interested, and I would recommend it, go see this now without getting spoiled. But if you've already seen it and you just want to hear my thoughts, then continue on with the video. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I did enjoy how it kind of explores just about every different angle on, like, how would a person like to die, and like what is worth dying for. I think that's all done pretty well and pretty interesting. Um, the one problem that I will say that I've got with this movie, or at least the thing that I think it doesn't do very well, is world building. I really wish, and I haven't read the book. I'll give it that maybe in the book all these problems aren't problems, but I'm talking about the movie. I haven't read the book. I haven't heard really anything about the book other than it's got a pretty dark ending, which we'll get to in a second. But I do think that world building wise, they do the bare minimum in this, which I think kind of fucks them over a bit. Where, like, if you really start to think about the world building, it gets very confusing. Because we're told that, like, oh yeah, this is a dystopian state after, like, a big war, that, like, this is a military authoritarian state, and it's so bad that they ban Mark Twain as well as a lot of other stuff. It's like, oh, okay, like that, yeah, that sounds pretty bad. And then it's like, oh, but they also sing America the Beautiful, and like they fully believe that they can choose their own career path, and they also have a lot of unemployed and homeless people, apparently. Like, we're told all of these things are true, and it's like, I don't know, I don't think that a lot of those fit into, like, a totalitarian, like, state. Like, I feel like if they're controlling enough to go, hey, Mark Twain and Nietzsche, like, that shit's not allowed, like, we're gonna destroy every copy of those that we can find. That is, like, I don't know, I feel like they'd be pretty set on, no, we determine your role, like, you serve your role, and we're not gonna tolerate, like, homelessness, like, we're just gonna execute those people. Because supposedly they are, like, all really impoverished, like, the whole country is really impoverished, and it's like, oh, okay, like, I don't know, I feel like that's not how a, like, government like that would go about it. And I do wish, and maybe it's just me as an American, maybe, like, a UK viewer wouldn't have this problem, but because they do say that there's 50 kids there, one kid from each state, or I guess young adult, because they're all, like, supposed to be anywhere between 18 and 20, or like 18 and mid 20s. But, like, I don't know, I wish they would tell us which state we're in, because presumably with it being Stephen King, it's Maine. But I wouldn't know. I haven't been to Maine. And I don't know, it did get a little annoying where it's like, oh, okay, so yeah, this walk happens at the same place every year. And it's like, oh, alright. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that would be a little, like, feel like it would be more interesting if it was like, oh yeah, we change it up every year. Um, like, I don't know. You would think that, with it being one kid, because they say that it's a lottery system that, like, pretty much every eligible young man puts in for. And so you would think that, you know, like, because you get one person from each state. And so you'd think it might be kind of interesting to explore, like, the idea of, because I don't know, it might just be the case of they didn't want to do that world building. But, have, like, the kid from New York or California, like, have them express some sort of view on, like, either they're so glad that they got picked, or, like, how could it have been them out of all of the people that put in. And then, like, have a kid from, like, Wyoming be like, oh, yeah, you got it easy. Like, that there's only, like, 30,000 other people that I am competing with in our lottery. Like, you know how good those odds are for getting in? Like, and I don't know. Just feels like there's a lot you could do with the world building that they just really didn't want to. And it's like, okay, like, it's a little bit of a shame, because I would like to, be involved in this world. But then I suppose the other thing that I don't know, I'm 50-50 on. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a problem. I also wouldn't say that it's a great thing, but the ending of this movie, so I don't know how it ends in the book. All I've seen is people say that the book ends really dark, and that was before the movie came out. So I really doubt this is how the book ends, because this movie kind of ends on, like, a hopeful note. But, like, I don't know. I get why the movie ends the way that it does. It is set up. It's not out of nowhere. And, like, it is effective. There are a few things that I would tweak about it, where, like, I get that they're trying to show that, like, our new main character is in a lot of shock from, like, what has happened. Though, I don't know, I really wish, if they're going to commit to, like, the ending that they have, it would have been nice if he just immediately killed the Major. Didn't think about it, and I really didn't like that he telegraphs, like, I'm gonna shoot you now, by being like, this is for Roy. It's like, I think he should have shot him and then said that was for Roy. Like, I think that would have been better. I do wish that, because I think, it's like, it's 5 days or so that he's been walking on this trail, and it's been like a day and a half since he knew about Roy's plan to kill the Major. And so it's like, I don't know, it would be kind of neat if he had been like, no, like, I thought about it enough, and I was like, yeah, that probably is the most amount of good I can do in the world, is removing the Major, and just seeing what happens. Like, that would have been kind of interesting if he had just been ready to, like, no, I'm committing to this action. I also think it would have been really interesting if, the way the movie ends is like, oh yeah, Roy sacrifices himself so that the other guy can win. And it would have been really neat if the other guy, like, while he's grieving, and the Major's asking him, like, well, what's your wish, son? If he just casually said, like, I wish there could have been 2 winners. And then the major's like, oh, splendid idea. Like, you heard him. Next year, everyone, there's gonna be 2 winners of the long walk. And then have our new main character, like, have him look over at one of the soldiers' guns. Just kind of have him realize, like, oh, fuck. Like, that's it. Like, I could have fulfilled his last wish and, like, killed the major. But, like, that's it. I don't have that opportunity anymore. And it's like that would have been kind of neat, but unfortunately they didn't go that route. I don't know how it ends in the book, but I could imagine, because they kind of lay the seeds for, like, hey, nobody's ever really seen what one of the winners has done with their money. That, like, we're just told, oh, you get one special wish, like, shit ton of money, and like, it's supposed to be enough money that you will never have to worry about, like, financial hardship ever again. And yet, none of them have ever, like, seen what anyone has ever done with that. And so it's like, I could have bought an ending where, like, the major pulls him into, like, the truck or into some room or something, and I was like, congratulations, you won, and there's pops him in the head and, like, kills him. I could have seen that. And so, yeah, I don't know. The ending, it really is. It's like, I don't hate it. I just think that there are a bunch of different ways that it could have been a lot more potent. Overall, I did like the movie. I think if you're able to just not worry about the world building and just focus on, like, the characters and, like, the theme exploration, I think that's pretty good. Like, I do really like the idea of sort of what drives you and how far are you willing to go for that. And if you know that you're going to die, how, like, do you choose to go out in a blaze of glory, or do you choose to accept your fate? I think those are all really neat ideas that the film explores, and I think it explores them pretty well. Yeah, so I think that's just about all of my thoughts on the film. I thought the acting was pretty good throughout. I don't know, I was kind of surprised, because this film I wasn't really expecting a whole lot from going into it, but it managed to exceed my expectations. So, yeah, if you're interested in it, and if for some reason you decided to continue with the review even though you didn't watch it first, I'd really recommend going and watching it. It's really good, or at least it's pretty good. It's a fun, not fun. It's an engaging time, I guess. It's a good movie to watch and think about, like, the themes and stuff. Yeah, that'll be it. So, thank you for watching, and bye.